Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters, Boba Fett. These ratings are for all the Boba Fett variants from episode 4, 5, and 6. Even though his clone father, Jango Fett, was a Mandalorian, Boba Fett claims not to be one. He instead is only known as a bounty hunter throughout this time. He has been included in 13 sets so far. He first came with his ship, the Slave One, in 1999, and has mostly come in 3 different types of sets. Those being Slave One, Jabba's Palace / Sail Barge, and Cloud City sets. He has 8 distinct variants so far, with 2 major different variants being the old school helmet / rangefinder jetpack combo, and then the newer ones with each of those 3 items being separate pieces. Just like before, I'll start with the internal traits to get an internal rating, followed by the external traits. Boba Fett was the most feared bounty hunter of this time. He was 32 years old during episode 4, 35 years old in episode 5, and 36 in episode 6. Starting off with skill. Boba Fett was trained in nearly every form of combat imaginable. After witnessing his father's death at the age of 12, he spent the next 20 years of his life fighting, hunting, and surviving as a professional bounty hunter. He mastered hand-to-hand combat, blaster proficiency, and even close-quarter tactics against Force users. On top of this, Boba Fett was an exceptional pilot, able to fly starfighters, gunships, and of course, his iconic Slave One with ease. Taken together, he was arguably the most skilled non-Force user in the galaxy at this time. For these reasons, I gave Boba Fett a skill rating of 36 out of 50. Next up is knowledge. Boba Fett wasn't just a warrior. He was a strategist. He consistently outsmarted rivals and prey alike to claim his targets. A great example of this comes in The Empire Strikes Back when he deduced Han Solo's clever hiding spot and found the Millennium Falcon faster than any other bounty hunter or the entire Imperial fleet. He also proved his perceptiveness in Cloud City when he led Luke Skywalker into Darth Vader's trap. Because of this, I believe Boba Fett's intelligence and skill were very nearly balanced, though slightly leaning towards skill. For this reason, I gave him a knowledge rating of 35 out of 50. For the Force category, Boba Fett was not Force sensitive, so his rating is 0. Finally, we look at leadership. While he did lead a small group of bounty hunters during the Clone Wars era, during the timeline we're evaluating, Boba Fett primarily operated as a lone wolf, working contracts solo or as muscle for his employers. He did not demonstrate any notable leadership qualities at this time, so his leadership rating is 0. Altogether, these traits give Boba Fett an internal rating of 71. Now let's move on to the external traits. For armor, Boba Fett has a maximum rating of 4 points. A +1 for the helmet, +1 for chest armor, +1 for arm armor, and +1 for leg armor. His exact armor rating is dependent on the minifigure variant. Next is gear. There are 2 primary gear items to account for. The jetpack, which gives a +3, and the rangefinder on his helmet, which adds +1. That brings the maximum gear rating to 4. When you combine the internal ratings of 71 with armor and gear, you get the different classes of Boba Fett minifigures. These 3 figures here are Class A variants, all sitting at 79 power. These next 3 are Class B variants with 78 power, since they are lacking arm printing. And finally, there are 2 Class C variants with 77 power, since they lack both arm and leg printing. Once the classes are determined, the last factor to consider is weapons. Across the years, Boba Fett has come equipped with 5 different types of blasters. Each weapon adds +1 to the power rating. And since he can only equip 1 at a time, you simply add +1 if he has a blaster, or leave it as is if he does not. So let's look at a couple examples. This is a Class A Boba Fett with the blaster, and he comes in at a total power of 80, with 36 skill, 35 knowledge, 4 armor, 4 gear, and 1 weapon. This is a Class B Boba Fett with the blaster, and comes in at 79 total power. Now in my personal collection, I currently own 4 Class A Boba Fetts with blasters, 3 Class B Boba Fetts with blasters, and 2 Class C Boba Fetts with blasters. Altogether, these add up to a power of 713. Adding this to my running total, my collection power now sits at 3,877.5. With this addition, the Bounty Hunter faction is officially on the board, currently in 3rd place overall, just edging out the Rebel Alliance. So that's my full breakdown of Boba Fett episodes 4 through 6. He's one of the most powerful non-Force users in my collection so far, and it will be exciting to see how future reviews stack up against him. Be sure to comment down below how many Boba Fetts you have in your collection and what your total power looks like after adding him in. And don't forget, you can always check out my website at lukebrickwalker.com for a complete guide to every rating I have done so far. Thank you for watching.